This is the news and information station of Aliu Broadcasting Corporation. Nationwide, worldwide, and netwide. Broadcasting live from City State Center, Pasig City, Philippines. Ito ang DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama sa lahat ng Pilipino. Isang pagpupugay, pasasalamat at pagsisikap ang pangako na aming bibitiwan sa lahat ng aming natanggap na pagpapala. Pagpupugay sa lahat ng nagbigay ng pagkilala sa Aliu Broadcasting Corporation mula sa Philippine Outstanding Brand of the Year, Philippine Finest Business Awards and Outstanding Achievement, Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards, Southeast Asian Premier Business and Achiever Award sa aming mga natanggap 4-time Best AM Station Awardee, DWIZ 882, 4-time Best Radio Newscaster Awardee, Dennis Antenor Jr., 3-time Best FM Station Awardee, Home Radio 97.9, 2-time Most Promising TV Station Awardee, Aliu Channel 23, at Best Public Service Radio Host Awardee, Bragi Braganza. Pangakong itutuloy ang pagbibigay ng tamang balita at tamang paglilingkod at isang malaking pasasalamat sa tiwalang naibigay sa amin. Pakaasahan yung gagawin naming malaking inspirasyon ito para ipagpatuloy ang maglingkod sa lahat ng Pilipino. Viral na pinag-uusapan, trending na mga issues, on air and online, malalaman sa DWIZ News Feed.
Magandang hapon Pilipinas, narito na ang balita sa oras na ito. Mahigit 300,000 litro na ng langis ang nakolekta sa nagpapatuloy na siphoning operation sa motor tanker Terra Nova. Ayon kay PCG Bataan Station Lieutenant Commander Michael John Sina, malaki ang naitulong ng booster pump sa paghigop ng langis. Kaugnay nito, kasabay ng operasyon ay nagkaroon din ng aerial at underwater survey upang matiyak na wala ng pagtagas ng langis. Target naman ang kinontratang Salvor na matapos ang siphoning process sa loob ng 2 linggo upang mapalutang na ang nasabing barko.
DWIZ News Feed.
At yan ang balita sa oras na ito. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon at mas marami pang mga balita, bisitahin kami sa aming website www.dwiz882am.com at sundan ang aming X account at Facebook page DWIZ. Ako po si Laika Cuevas.
Huwag pahuhuli, huwag papayag na wala kang alam kapag viral na, kapag trending na. Alam agad sa DWIZ News Feed. Oras hatid sa inyo ng
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD Inverter Appliances. Fujidenzo, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo, quality above all.
At ang oras 2:06 na magandang hapon.
That time check was brought to you by
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD Inverter Appliances. Fujidenzo, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo, quality above all.
That time check was brought to you by Rhea Genetics. Kapag may reseta ang doktor, piliin ang Rhea Genetics. Tunay na world-class ang kalidad sa abot-kayang halaga.
DWIZ
Usapang Payaman, Balita at Negosyo. Ihahatid sa inyo ng Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Misyon ng Filipino Mirror na makatulong sa mga Pilipino sa pamamagitan ng paghahatid ng mga balita at impormasyong pangnegosyo at mga kaalamang pinansyal. Kaya tara na, tutok na sa Usapang Payaman kasama sina Eunice Calma, Cris Galit, Susan Cambri Abdullahi at Filipino Mirror Negosyo columnists. Tuwing linggo, alas 2 hanggang alas 3 ng hapon sa Usapang Payaman. Live na live sa Facebook page at YouTube channel ng DWIZ 882.
po sa inyo lahat isang oras na kwentuhan, hindi chismisan dahil ito po ay usapang
Payaman!
Sa ngalan po ni Cris Galit, ako po si Eunice Calma.
Susan Cambri Abdullahi po.
Apo.
Ayan, ang huli po ninyo napakinggan ay OPM sa DWIZ ni Kuya Richard Mer. At kami naman ngayon, siyempre, padadagdagan namin ang kayamanan ng inyong kaalaman. So, magandang araw, kami Susan, kami Riza.
Magandang araw.
Magandang araw.
Ayan. At
Kakaibang bisita natin, Miss Eunice.
yes. Siyempre, talagang very ngayon, parang naku, maraming kaalaman ang malalaman ng ating viewers at mga listener dahil ang Usapang Payaman ay mapapanood at mapapakinggan kami via website www.dwiz882am.com at i-download at ang DWIZ app sa iOS at Android phone. Live rin po kami. Live na live yung mapapanood at mapapakinggan dito sa DWIZ 882 at ang aming Facebook pages DWIZ 882 at Filipino Mirror. Mayroon din po kaming YouTube channel. At kung nais po niyo magpa-shoutout, ayan, 0993766768. Napapanood din po tayo, Digital Free TV, Aliw Channel 23. Meron din tayo sa Signal, Sulit TV, Satellite, TV Plus at GMA for the box. Available din po kami sa digital TV devices at receivers. Mangyaring i-scan lamang po ang inyong digital boxes upang mapanood ang lahat po ng programa ng Aliw 23 at and of course, ang Usapang Payaman.
Payaman ang payaman, ayan.
Okay, nako, 2:10 na po ng hapon, yan, sa Pilipinas. Sa Pilipinas po kami kasi, makikita nyo mamaya isang foreigner, isang dayuhan po ang aming guest ngayon. Kami, Riza, pwede mong ipakilala sa amin, sa ating manonood at listener.
Magandang tanghali. So, ang guest natin ngayon, may 3 decades of journalism experience in Czech Republic. So, sa kasalukuyan, siya ang editor-and-head of audio department ng Zesnam Zebra B. Naging editor din siya ng Czech Radio at naging reporter siya ng Czech Television Foreign News. Naging editor din siya at head ng Foreign News Desk at naging newsreader and reporter ng BBC World Service Czech section. So, nagtapos siya ng Master of Arts Media Studies sa Charles University sa Prague. So, ngayong hapon, ang ating bisita ay walang iba kung hindi si Pavel Bondra. Kararating lang from Bonggao, Tawi-Tawi. Right?
Welcome to the show, sir.
Can you say Usapang Payaman?
Usapan payaman.
Wow. Usapang Payaman. Well, when I heard that you went to Bonggao, Tawi-Tawi, I was really, I was thinking that Tawi-Tawi is a place, because it's in the Mindanao region. I thought that is a place where there is this extreme terrorist. Can you tell us about your?
Yeah, a lot of people have that misconception about Tawi-Tawi, to be honest. I've been coming to the Philippines since 2000 when I also met Risa. And I love this country very much. That's why I try coming back as much as I can. Usually it takes a few years between the visits because, my country is far, far away. It takes 14 hours flying here. And I cannot make myself available also all the time. But this is my 10th visit, number 10. And I've never been to Tawi-Tawi before. I've been to other places in the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao, Cotabato. I was in Marawi after the siege. But I've always wanted to go to Tawi-Tawi because I've seen the photographs, and not only that, I've also wrote a book on the history of the Philippines, and I know how important that place is in the history of the archipelago. Remember, that's where Islam came to the Philippines through Tawi-Tawi. There's still the oldest surviving mosque in the Philippines, Masjid Sheikh Karimul Maktoum, who was Arab trader and also missionary in a way, because he helped to spread Islam. And so it's an important place in the history of the Philippines, and although it's known as one of the poorest provinces in the Philippines, it still is. You know, it's actually not correct to think of it as a poor or poverty-stricken place, and certainly not as a dangerous place, although many people have that prejudice because of the neighboring province of Sulu, where we know there have been in the past and still are activities of armed groups, kidnapped for ransom groups like Abu Sayyaf group, but not in Tawi-Tawi actually. Tawi-Tawi is populated by Sama people. They're very different from Tausug people. Abu Sayyaf is an outfit made completely of Tausug.
Oh.
And, you know, Tawi-Tawi, if there's one word I would describe the province, it's peaceful. And I've heard it from many people. They're proud of having that culture of peace. And that's exactly what I've seen. So, yeah, I did have my misconceptions. I was, little worried, of course, especially because everybody was worried about me. You know, my friends in Manila, of course, my family and friends in Prague, Czech Republic, they were saying like, "Are you sure? Do you need to go south?" You know, there, because the image of the south, of the Muslim south and of the Philippines is negative, and I think it's not always justified and based on reality. And I'm happy that I've seen the reality, and I'll be the first one to let the world know how beautiful and peaceful that place is. So that's my takeaway from Tawi-Tawi, I think.
About, kasamang Eunice, have you been to Tawi-Tawi?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm a defense reporter, war reporter.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Thank you for your note from that province. And we are very thankful. Filipinos, we are thankful that you can tell to the world that Tawi-Tawi is a peaceful province. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yun po. Sa mga nanonood po at nakikinig, si Mr. Pabel as journalist, ay siya mismo po ang nakasaksi na peaceful po sa Tawi-Tawi. So, with due respect sa ating mga Muslim brother, di ba? So, talaga namang peaceful loving ang ating mga kapatid na mga Muslim. So nagkakataon lang na meron lang po talagang minsan talaga na hindi isa ang mga ideolohiya o mga pinaglalaban, kaya nagkakaroon ng rift o kaya ng labanan diyan. Pero ang ating pong mga kapatid diyan po sa Southern Philippines ay talagang peace loving people naman po. And tama po si Sir Pabel sa kanyang na-witness na alisin po nung connotation na ang Tawi-Tawi is magulo. Kasi meron naman pong may mga lugar naman po dyan talaga na talagang nababasa naman as a media practitioner, talaga namang nawi-witness ko rin naman talaga yung labanan. Then, yun po ay mga isolated na, kasi may mga ideolohiya silang pinaglalaban. So, ganun din naman po ang ating pamahalaan, ating government, kasi kanila pong tungkulin na pangalagaan po ang katahimikan dyan po sa Mindanao. And hindi lang po sa Mindanao, sa lahat po ng part ng Pilipinas ay talagang ating Armed Forces of the Philippines ay ginagawang lahat para mapalakas ng security. Ayan. I hope na naintindihan ng ating guest.
I'm able to follow, don't worry. And it's, I
And
agree.
thank you very much that na-witness mo yung peaceful loving people, yung mga Tawi-Tawi people. Ayan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Kamiro Raiza, baka nadagdag ka?
I remember accompanying some co-workers, foreigners also. There is always an advisory at once. If the place is not, safe for these foreigners, they will release. So the government is really, alert with regards to issuing announcement, issuing warning. If the place is not to be, where foreigners should not go to, no? At the height, no, of the all this conflict in the area, especially in Mindanao. So they can only go in Visayas, for example. So they're very strict. So I remember those times we will really adhere to the announcement and the warning. Because one time, there are some Americans, they are very stubborn, and they almost, got kidnapped in the process. So thank God they did not proceed during that time. So we really have to listen to the government efforts every time they say, no, you cannot go right now. It is not safe. So as simple as that. We just have to abide. Yes.
So we're glad that Fabel came back whole.
Yes, we're happy.
In one piece.
Yeah.
In one piece lang.
Yeah, I was never in any dangerous situation there. I
Yeah.
really felt so safe and so well provided for, even by the local government unit officials. Like I was hosted by a vice mayor of Tandubas municipality, si Rahima Saleh. And also, I was invited by the mayor of Simunul Island
Simunul.
For breakfast, and she made sure that I spent one night there in the compound of the oldest mosque, as I was telling you, and there's a police station, and so the police chief got direct orders from mayor, just make sure that nothing happens to him. And there's marine detachments on every island in Tawi-Tawi. So there's, of course, presence of the army and police, but it's not like they're not going around carrying weapons. It's a very peaceful place, and they really have it under control. And they kept stressing, this is what we want. Like, we know we've been associated unjustly with terror groups, but that's not who we are. And we want to keep it that way. But that mayor of Simunul was also telling me that she's worried about the elections next year in 2025, because it's the first elections in BARM since it was instituted in 2019. And already there are reports that the electoral violence is on the rise. And of course, it's always been the issue in the Philippines, not only in Mindanao, but elsewhere. But we all remember the Ampatuan massacre in Maguindanao, 2009. It made news globally. I remember reporting on it for Czech television. And the world was shocked. 58 people killed, and it was electoral violence. So let's all hope and pray that the next election season will be peaceful. And
So may we denounce that you are not a war correspondent, instead election correspondent?
more so, yeah. I've actually never reported from war zones. From from maybe hotspots, yes. Like, for example, when there was Arab Spring, I reported from Tunisia, which is where the whole Arab Spring began. So after the fall of the regime of then President Ben Ali, I was there. I was a reporter in Russia, which is also considered not very safe for journalists, especially. So I did get to tense situations, but no, I'm not a war correspondent and never aspired to be one. I think I like to dig deeper into roots of maybe conflicts and into what maybe drives conflicts rather than the actual fighting. That is not what's interesting to me.
So you do investigative reporting, or
Also occasionally, but there's investigative unit within the media outfit, Seznam Sprawy, that I work for. So there are investigative reporters who are doing just that, who are better than at investigative journalism than I am. But I also partake in that. We were featuring investigative cases in our the daily news podcast called 559, which we produced with several colleagues of mine. And yes, investigative journalism is definitely part of what Seznam Sprawy is doing, and we've won several awards for doing just that. And usually it's a misuse of government funds, something that people in the Philippines will be familiar with. And because there is corruption also in my country,
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Some countries are doing better about uprooting corruption, but it's there. It's, every time a public official is tempted, it's the opportunity that creates the the mischief, I would say. So there's a lot of it in my country as well, and that's what we're trying to uncover and report on.
In your media outfit, how many of you deployed here in the Philippines to cover election for 2025 election, BARM and midterm election?
I don't really expect anyone to be sent to cover that. I will try to come. I would probably come alone. And in the past, I've done just that. I was reporting on the last presidential elections in 2022. And I was here. I think, 10 days before the election. And then I followed also the results and the reaction of the Philippine population, because I think it was... Some of them were traumatized by the landslide victory of Sir Marcos, and I witnessed firsthand the popular wave of support of former Vice President Leni Robredo. I thought she was a very good candidate, and the support that she got from people was genuine. I was able to talk with a lot of them, and I think it was inspiring, actually, what they achieved, what they created. It was not only about winning elections, but about generating a positive energy towards helping the country move forward. And I think they were able to sustain it, and we were able to see it just recently, post Typhoon Karina. I think they were on the ground helping people more so, for example, than the current vice president who happened to be abroad watching a Taylor Swift concert or whatever. So much for criticizing Leni Robredo in the past for being weak vice president. But I don't want to get into politics unless you want to talk about it.
Ayan, ako, umiinit na po ang ating mga ang pagkukwento ni Sir Pabel. So magko-commercial break po muna ang Usapang Payaman. 2:25 na po ng hapon.
Usapang Payaman.
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD Inverter Appliances. Upgrade your home. Upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Ang buong Aliw Broadcasting Corporation Station DWIZ AM Nationwide DWIZ News FM Regional Stations Home Radio 97.9 at ng Aliw Channel 23 ay nagpapasalamat ng 1,000,000 beses dahil sa laki ng suporta mo sa amin. Really, 1,000,000 thanks to you. Kaya tatapatan din namin ng 1,000,000 thank you ang inyong pakikinig, panonood at pag-follow. Manalo ng 1,000,000 pesos. Aliw Broadcasting Corporation's 1,000,000 pasasalamat nationwide promo. Abangan!
Technogas Technique transforms your kitchen with safe and efficient appliances. With over 70 years of expertise, Technogas Technique embodies Italian kitchen excellence. Simplify your cooking with Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
MX3 means a lot to me. I love the foundation is based on the Word of God, and that brings so much integrity into the product. Hi, I'm Emma Yuhiko, a full-time Bible student and teacher, financial advisor, and a very happy Lola. And this is my MX3 story.
Miss Emma, we are so excited for this conversation. Thank you.
Ako nga dapat magpasalamat para akong bumalik sa harap ng camera.
I know. Let's talk about that. Because it has been decades. The things that you do as an actress, it has been 30 years.
More, wag mo ako pa-compute. Basta late 80s, yes. When I came to the point wherein I needed to slow down because I'm no longer that young. I needed to take care of myself because I'm a single mom. When MX3 came in, it just really helped me boost my energy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I carry my apo who's more than 30 pounds. And I just love to play with her. It's amazing how and where my stamina is coming from.
Yeah.
For me, MX3 is heaven sent. I really thank God for MX3.
Thank you so much, Miss Emma, for this time. I really enjoyed this conversation. I really praise God for your life.
And I praise God for you too.
Online malalaman sa DWIZ News Feed.
Magandang hapon Pilipinas, narito na ang balita sa oras na ito. Pagkakaloob ng libreng medical at iba pang serbisyo, malaking tulong sa gitna ng mataas na halaga ng bilihin ayon sa isang pribadong sektor. Detalye ng balitang inihahatid ni Patrol 17, Jopel Peleño.
Umaasa ang isang pribadong sektor na makatutulong sa bawat mamamayan ang free medical mission na kanilang isinasagawa partikular na sa Pasig City. Ayon sa mag-asawang sina St. Gerard Construction Charity Foundation Inc. o SGCCI founders Sara at Curly Vizcaya na naniniwala silang malaking katipiran ang maibibigay ng mga libreng vitamins at gamot na ipinamamahagi sa medical mission lalo na sa ganitong panahon na mataas ang halaga ng mga bilihin at serbisyo. Ngayong araw isinagawa ang medical mission ng SGCI sa Barangay Buting, Pasig City na tinangkilik ng libo-libong residente doon. Maliban sa mga serbisyong medikal gaya ng free laboratory test, ECG, libreng eye check-up at salamin, may ibinibigay din dito na mga libreng massage, pedicure, gupit at namahagi din ng mga libreng wheelchair, nebulizer, tungkod at iba pa. Payag ng mag-asawang Diskaya, maraming may hirap ang hindi na nakakapagpa-check up sa mga pagamutan dahil sa mahal na gastusin, kaya naman kanilang inilunsad ang SGCI Medical Mission upang mabigyan ng tulong at libreng atensyong medikal ang mga kababayan nating walang sapat na pinansyal para masiguro ang kanilang maayos na kalusugan. Ito si Patrol 17 Chopel Peleño para sa impilang may todong lakas, DWIZ nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Feed.
At yan ang balita sa oras na ito. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon at mas marami pang mga balita, bisitahin kami sa aming website www.dwiz882am.com at sundan ang aming X-account at Facebook page DWIZ. Ako po si Laika Cuevas.
Huwag pahuhuli, huwag papayag na wala kang alam kapag viral na, kapag trending na. Alam agad sa DWIZ News Feed. Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng
Fuji Denso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD Inverter Appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso, quality above all.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng
Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now at Google Play or Apple App Store for a chance to win more than 75 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit Bingo Plus official website at bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Rhea Generics. Kapag may reseta ang doktor, piliin ang Rhea Generics. Tunay na world-class ang kalidad sa abot-kayang halaga.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng
Technogas Technique Kitchen Appliances. Technogas Technique is available in appliance stores nationwide. Furnish your kitchen with Technogas Technique appliances. Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
At ang oras 2:32 ng magandang hapon.
That Time Check was brought to you by
Technogas Technique Kitchen Appliances. Technogas Technique is available in appliance stores nationwide. Furnish your kitchen with Technogas Technique appliances. Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas technique.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng
Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now at Google Play or Apple App Store for a chance to win more than 75 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit Bingo Plus official website at bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3. Tunay, natural, at original.
DWIZ.
Usapang Payaman. Kasama sina Eunice, Calma, Cris, Galit, Susan, Cambri, Abdullahi at Filipino Mirror Negosyo columnists.
At nagbabalik po ang Usapang
Payaman.
Ito lang para sa kapakanan ng ating mga viewers at listener. Ang Usapang Payaman po ay handog ng Filipino Mirror, ang inyong katuwang sa negosyo. Ayan. Kasama po namin dyan ang ating sales and marketing manager, si Cris Galit. Ayan, isa po sa host. Mayroon lang pong mahalagang pinuntahan ngayong araw na ito. And ang Filipino Mirror po ay national newspaper dito sa Pilipinas po. At kung nais po ninyo ng mga balita, politics, police, current events, education, sports, showbiz, ayan, may mga tips po tayo dyan, mga business tips. Silipin, mag-surf lamang po sa www.filipinomirror.com. Ayan, meron din po kami Facebook page kung saan nandyan po nakapost po yung mga balita namin araw-araw sa Filipino Mirror Facebook page. Silipin nyo rin po. Ayan. So, para po maging maalam po kayo at madagdagan ang kaalaman sa mga information everyday. Ayan. Camille, Susan, may mga pagbati ka muna bago tayo dumiretso sa exciting part. Yung ating mga fans dyan sa Isabela.
Binabati ko yung Datol family pa rin na patuloy na nakikinig sa atin. At saka pala yung naging guest natin dito, yung nakapunta ng Mount Everest. Si Miss Jonelyn, binabati ko sa kanyang pakikipag-isang dibdib sa kanyang matagal ng kasintahan. Foreigner din ang kanyang kabiyak. Ayan. Congrats, Jonelyn.
Birthday ni Mr. Tam.
Happy birthday din pala. Ikaw na bumati.
Happy birthday kay Mr. Tam Austria.
Master Tam. Ayan, di ba?
Baka naman.
Ito nga pala, isa pang good news, no? Isa pang dahil kayong dalawa, talagang mga art enthusiast kayo. Yung ating nung kaibigan natin, bagong kaibigan natin, Camille Susan, si Paul Sena, ayan, so meron na siyang mini gallery, diyan sa shore, sa may MOA. So, ayun, so kung doon sa mga nais tumingin ng kanyang mga paintings, ayan, pwede nyo pong tingnan, silipin dyan sa shore, yung kanyang mga paintings. Nakakatuwa itong mag-asawa na to. Talagang todo support sa Usapang Payaman. Ayan.
Kasi marami din sumusuporta kay Mr. Sena, di ba? I think yung mini gallery niya na bago, parang sa support din ng mga kaibigan.
Ng Bantayog at saka ng mga kaibigan niya. So, Maestro Paul Sena, ayan, congratulations sa yung mini gallery. Ayan, hopefully makapunta ka. At saka, ayan, ma-introduce namin sa iyo si Miss Riza na isa ring painter, di ba? So, ayan, thank you very much for watching. Ayan. So, Camille Riza, baka meron kang mga katanungan?
Maybe, Pabel, would you like us to brief us what happened during the time that you were, doing your book about the Philippines?
So that was a project I was thinking about as early as 2006 because as I've told you, I've been coming to the Philippines ever since 2000, and one of the things that mystified me was that there's no book on the history of the Philippines available in Czech language. There's every other country, small countries, even I think East Timor will have a book of history published, but not the Philippines. And that was puzzling because there are actually many links between our countries, historical links, not only the famous friendship of Ferdinand Blumentritt, who was actually born in Prague, my hometown, and your national hero Jose Rizal. That's just one part of it, but it goes deeper. We were once part of the same global Habsburg Empire. In fact, when the Philippines was discovered, as they say, by the European colonizers in 1521, and in later years, in the 16th century, you became part of the Spanish Empire, and also the Czech lands were then part of the Habsburg Empire, which connected both Austria, Spain, and the overseas colonies like the Philippines. And there was a lot of missionaries, for example, Catholic priests, Jesuits, for example, coming to Manila to serve, to convert the Indios, as they were saying, to Catholic faith. So some famous ones like George Camel, after whom the camellias are known, but he was here as a not as a botanist, but he became a botanist. He observed the flora Filipina, and he was drawing, making, discovering a lot of species of plants, and using it as a pharmacist to treat people. So he founded, I think, the first butika here, first pharmacy in Manila, all those years back. And then there were more links between our two countries, like the fact that, for example, 14 Czechoslovak citizens who were based in Manila at the time when the Japan invaded volunteered to join the USAPANG forces, the American and Filipino forces, and they were in Bataan. You will know that because you covered the Defense Department before. So every year during Araw ng Kagatingan in Samal Monument, and also of course in Capas, the Czech ambassador is also present along with the American and Philippine officials, because those people, those Czech and Slovak people, were fighting for the freedom of the Philippines. They didn't have to. They decided they want to because they felt at home here. And in fact, we were at that point, my country was already occupied by Nazi Germany. So in fact, they could have been considered allies of the Axis of Japan and Germany, but no, they were fighting for the freedom of Filipinos and theirs. And some of them died, and there's today a marker at Capas National Memorial bearing those 14 names of those people who were fighting. So, all those links that are there throughout the years only contributed to the fact that I really wanted to write that book, because I thought Philippines is such an interesting country with a rich history and culture. It deserves to be known by Czech readers. So I finally got to write that book. I was telling you, I was thinking about it for years. Since 2006, I already had an agreement with a publisher that he was interested in it. But as a journalist, you're too busy covering things, so I couldn't get to it. And then finally, when I quit my job at Czech television, I decided that's the time to write the book. So it took me a year, and I was able to write it from the earliest inhabitants of the archipelago, the predecessors of humans, until the year 2016, when the book was published, actually just before the election. So like one of the last sections of the book considered the rule of then President Pinoy, Benigno Aquino III, and I made a prediction about I just briefly mentioned Rodrigo Duterte as mayor of Davao, who's sort of making waves and is interesting in running in the election. And then whatever happened ever since, I think that would take another book to write. Others have written books about his rule. I think it put the Philippines on the map. Never until then was Philippines mentioned so much in even Czech news media, but sadly, it was usually the news of killing during the war on drugs, or the infamous pronouncements of President Duterte, who used to curse on the Pope, American president, European Union. He would really tell European Union to go somewhere. He didn't care much about his diplomatic standing. I think he probably meant well for the Filipino people. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think the international standing of the Philippines took a beating, and I'm glad to say that it's now improved under the presidency of Bongbong Marcos, whom I also mentioned in the book, of course, considering his father's rule, which gets a full long chapter in the book, and I did call him a dictator because that's what he was. I know that his son doesn't like to hear that, but it's a reality, and he should be able to face the reality as the head of state. He knew what he was getting into running for president, but I think he's doing a good job. I'll give him that, because I was able to witness his visit in Prague last March. I was actually invited to Prague Castle. I was present at the state dinner that was hosted for Mr. Marcos and his wife, Lisa, who was also present. There was head of Senate and the House of Representatives. It was a powerful delegation, and a foreign secretary too. And the Czech president was hosting the dinner, and they had very engaging conversation with President Marcos, and I think overall my impression was very good, and they were able to see eye to eye when it comes, for example, to the situation in Ukraine. They realized that the dangers posed by Russia equal the dangers posed by China vis-a-vis the Philippines, the situation in the West Philippine Sea. So the Czech Republic is fully on the side of the Philippines when it comes to the dispute in the Philippine Sea. We agree that the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled in favor of the Philippines, and justly so, because it's based on the international law, and that China has no business doing what it does in the West Philippine Sea. So I think the presidents were able to talk about this as much as the war in Ukraine, and I think the Philippines and the Czech Republic now once again I think stand shoulder to shoulder when it comes to the situation in the world, and hopefully even protection of human rights, as was once the case. So yeah, that's a sort of a long answer. Sorry, Lisa, you just asked about the book.
We should congratulate you, because you dig so deeper.
A well-researched book.
Pero napakabilis ng oras. 2:45 na po ng hapon. So
I was wondering if is there an English version of the book?
Of the book, no, there's none. But yeah, maybe
you're planning?
I should. Yeah, if there's interest, because I mean, those facts are well known to Filipinos. But I think every book has a certain perspective. So if Filipinos are interested in what a Czech author had to say about the Philippines, yeah, I'd be glad to translate it to English myself, and maybe that should be one of my next project. So thank you for giving me the idea.
So you have to launch the book here in Usapang Payaman.
Yes, you'll be the first program that where we'll launch it.
Ayan, ako talagang napaka-intensa po ng ating pinag-uusapan ngayon. Pero kailangan po nating maghanap buhay muna. Magko-commercial break po muna ang Usapang Payaman. 2:46 na po ng hapon.
Usapang Payaman.
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD Inverter Appliances. Upgrade your home. Upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Kayang-kaya mo ang kahit na ano kung ikaw mismo ang gagawa nito. Let's learn new things sa DIY Do It Yourself.
Kung ayaw mong ilag ang iyong Facebook profile, may isa pang paraan para hindi ka ma-stalk at para na rin sa iyong privacy. Narito kung paano. Step 1. Pagbukas ng Facebook app, tumungo ka sa iyong profile. Step 2. Pindutin ang 3-dot menu at piliin ang activity log. Mayroon kang makikitang your activity across Facebook na category, at mula dito hanapin ang post section at i-click mo ang manage posts. Step 3. I-filter ang mga post at pindutin mo ang select all. I-click mo ulit ang 3-dot menu at palitan ng audience to friends. Gets mo ba? Sige nga, do it yourself.
Alamin kung bawal o hindi. Dahil kung di mo alam to, kaso ang kakaharapin mo sa NBI. Nako, bawal ito!
Pambubuli sa persons with disability? Nako, bawal ito. Iba ang hirap na pinagdaraanan ng mga PWD o taong may kapansanan. Isa nga ang mga persons with disability na nakararanas ng pambubuli dahil sa kanilang kondisyon. At alam nyo bang pwedeng makasuhan ang sinumang mambubuli sa PWD? Ang ganitong insidente ay maikukonsidera bilang vilification of persons with disability at may karampatang parusa sa ilalim ng Republic Act No. 7277 o mas kilala bilang Magna Carta for Disabled Persons. Pinoprotektahan ng batas na ito ang mga PWD kontra sa mga paninirang puri at pang-aabuso sa pamamagitan ng mga salita. Kasama rin dito ang pagbabantay sa mga public activity na maaaring maging dahilan ng pangungutya o seryosong pangahamak sa mga taong may kapansanan. Ang sinumang lumabag sa batas ay maaaring makulong ng 6 na buwan hanggang 2 taon o magmulta ng 50,000 piso hanggang 100,000 piso. Para naman sa pangalawang paglabag, 100,000 hanggang 200,000 piso ang multa at maaaring makulong ng 2 hanggang 6 na taon. Kaya naman irespeto ang may mga kapansanan. Kanilang mga damdamin dapat isaalang-alang. Itigil ang pambubuli sa mga PWD para hindi ka masabihan ng, "Nako, bawal ito."
At nagbabalik po ang usapang payaman. Ayan. Payaman. Ayan. Kami Susan, batiin mo muna yung mga nagpapa-shoutout sa atin. Ayan, merong si Erlyn de Villar, ang ating circulation manager ng Filipino Mirror. Nanonood daw po sila. Ayan, ang pamilya Villar dyan po sa Pasig City. Si Randy Santisas. Ayan. Listening daw siya. So, ibig sabihin sa radio siya. You know, Sir Pabel, aside from your, we are viewing from TV and social media, we are, there is a radio station. They are listening to us. Yeah.
I used to work on radio, so
you know,
happy to be back.
Since you've been coming to the Philippines, since I think late 90s or 2000. How do you find Filipino people, and why did you say that this is your second home?
Yeah, I really feel that way, you know. And since Filipinos have a tendency to travel for work and, you know, migrate, I've met Filipinos in every country I've visited, you know, including some of the countries you wouldn't expect them to be, like Yemen.
Yes,
you know, there are
oh,
Filipinos.
really?
Yeah.
Yes, we have
even in
kababayan
Iraq.
there.
Even in Iraq.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. So it's not just the Philippines. It's when I met Filipinos anywhere in the world, and I hear them speak Tagalog, for example, or it kind of warms my heart. I really feel like I feel a strong bond that I've developed thanks to friendships with people like Risa, that I've known her for the last 24 years. And her uncle was I think my first Filipino friend, you know, a Catholic priest whom I met in Alaska in 1995, you know. So I knew nothing about the Philippines, but he was a nice guy, and we started writing to each other, and he kind of got me interested in the Philippines, and it was his suggestion that I come and visit in the year 2000, and I did. I visited and I just fell in love with this country and its people. So that's why I keep coming back. And I cannot explain what it is that appeals to me about, well, you know, I mean, you're very friendly people, that's for sure. I love the food, of course, the environment, it's the biodiversity of the Philippines. It's world famous. So I like hiking, for example, so I love going to the mountains here, even though they're not, you know, super high. I like the jungle hikes. So there's a lot of things I enjoy doing here, and I just also find Philippines fascinating as a journalist, because there's always something happening, always. And the Philippine politics, especially, it's like circus, you know. Every elections is hotly contested, and so there are countless stories you can cover as a journalist. So I think that's probably what sustained me interested in the Philippines. Aside from, you know, the friendships, as I was saying, that there are things that are just too fascinating to ignore for me. So I try to follow what's happening, and I think the Philippines, since my first visit, has gone a long way. I think it's difficult to rule a nation of 115 and counting, because every time I come back, there's a few more million Filipinos being born in. So I know it's challenging because this is not a super rich country when it comes to income, but it's rich in its culture, history, and it's people. People are, I think, the best export article this country has. Filipino workers are in high demand everywhere, including my own country, that has just increased the quota for OFWs, and they are now actively hiring Filipino drivers, Filipino nurses, IT experts, and they want 10,000 of them every year. So imagine that. Because we're short on labor, we need workforce, and Filipinos have a tremendous reputation as good workers with good work ethic and being not a troublesome people to deal with, and culturally similar to us. So that's
I'm smiling. Why I'm smiling? Because you told me you love Philippines, but you never mentioned that there's a Filipino that you love or not.
It's right.
Personal question.
Because of price is coming back. He's always coming back.
But yeah, there are many Filipinos.
Don't you miss the lines?
Miss Susan, on air. This is on air.
Yeah, Filipinas, di ba? We Filipinas, we call there is a farm, ganyan, di ba?
Kaya pinapagalitan ka.
Yeah. And you told me you love Philippines. Of course, Isabel did not even have
mentioned.
You never mentioned Filipino. I love it.
But you missed the line that because of Riza, I still can't.
Sorry, that's too personal.
It's not.
No, maybe
on general level, when
joking.
When Ninoy Aquino said that Filipino is worth dying for, it's
just because of the slogan of the former Senator Ninoy Aquino. Anyway, we Filipinos we have so many good traits. That's why.
I agree.
And we are very thankful that you appreciate those good traits.
Easy to appreciate good traits like that.
For example, nga nito, nung naalala niyo Yolanda, may mga namatay. Di ko nakalimutan ko yung CNN reporter na nagtataka siya bakit sa gitna ng mga cadaver, those Filipino people can smile.
That's
even
true.
the midst of cadaver.
Yes.
That's what actually many aid workers were saying. Even I remember interview with a Czech humanitarian worker who was here during Yolanda, and that's what he said. Like, wow, I saw people smiling amidst all this.
Even they near in their dead bodies.
You can never, get Filipino down. I think because that's what sustains you, the faith, I guess, and you have that in you, so that's admirable, and that's what I like.
Yeah, because we always look at the bright side, and we always look at the positive side, not only in the negative.
Oh my God, that's 256. We have so many questions for you, but we don't have so much time. And the team, Usapang Payaman, are very thankful to be with us.
I think Riza and I, maybe you want to. We include Czech Republic in our bucket
list. Yes.
Because there is somebody that will going to host us there, Mr. Fabel.
Azek, our journalists want to dig us, so we will dig.
That's true. It's a payback time.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have a Payaman verse?
Bago po tayo magtapos, this is for Pavel, my verse for him. From Psalm 121, 7-8. The Lord keeps you from all harm and watches over your life. The Lord keeps watch over you as you come and go, both now and forever. I'm Susan Cambri Abdullahi. English na tuloy ako.
Yeah, and with that, thank you very much, Mr. Fabel Bondra, for having us today. Ayan. Sa ngalan po ni Cris Galit, ako po si Eunice Calma.
Ako po naman si Risa Zuniga.
At maraming salamat po sa ating mga nakaagapay, Engineer Tech Fred Balamala. Happy birthday! Ayan, kay Chaso Josue, Aldrin Cruz, Kent Sale, kay Constantino Hiljon Reyes, ang ating mga writer, Haya Ludibico, Eliza Quivedo, ang ating communication assistants, Jacqueline Santos, Eloisa Bulinaw. Susunod po ang programang Senior Citizen Forum, kasama sila Miss Mencanlas at Dr. Rene Catan. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat, Pabel Bondra.
Yes, thank you, Fabel.
Maraming salamat, Liza. Yes, Suniga.
Usapang Payaman. Kasama sina Eunice Calma, Cris Galit, Susan Cambri Abdullahi at Filipino Mirror Negosyo columnists.